Thank you for checking out my channel. This is your official spoiler warning for One Piece. If you haven't watched the Dressrosa arc, be sure to do it before you look at this video, otherwise it's going to be spoiled. So back where I left off in my other video, while Luffy was escaping, Cavendish was in Block D fighting all the competitors. Now, just to stop here, this person here is called Habuka. He basically is an alter ego of Cavendish. So he comes out whenever Cavendish is asleep, but he doesn't remember doing anything he's doing. Cavendish is really powerful, or Habuka is really powerful, but he doesn't really know anything since he's asleep, so he basically lies dormant within him. So he wiped out everybody but Rebecca, so technically Rebecca won, and no one liked that. So now this is, I don't know which kind of block this is. I guess this is like deciding who would get the fruit or whatever, the flame fruit, and they're currently fighting for it. Now, if you didn't know, or if you haven't watched the last video, well, A, shame on you. B, the person in the costume with the pole on his back, that is Sabo, Luffy's brother. Now, this is explaining that the Doflamingo family and Sugar, a part of the Doflamingo family, turn everyone into toys, and as you get turned into a toy, you don't remember anything. So the toy soldier who was raising Rebecca, was actually a very important person, which is why he couldn't let go of Rebecca. So the toy soldier was actually Kyros, the gladiator in the Colosseum, who is actually Rebecca's father. So because of all this, because that Usopp had released everyone, so just to give you a little backstory, Usopp took some sort of spicy pill, and it knocked, well, he didn't take it. Sugar made Usopp take it, and Usopp made such a hideous face that Sugar got knocked out, and all the toys who were in prison for years were basically alive or back to human form. And now Rebecca's remembering she has a father, and since this was all Usopp's fault, Doflamingo put out a 500 million belly bounty on Usopp's head, which is huge in the One Piece universe. So this is Sabo, the chief of staff and second in command of the Revolutionary Army, and he is proficient, if not specialized, in using types of haki by pushing air from his fists into the ground, which is why he does this. So now he's taking the flame fruit, and if he eats it, he gets Ace's power. And well, if you've seen the anime, then you already know that he eats it, and then he gets Ace's double fruit power. But I'm just wondering, if he eats the devil fruit, does the devil fruit disappear? Like, if he takes one bite of it, does he throw the other one away, or does the rest of it just disappear into existence? Since two people can't have the same devil fruit, or one person can't have two devil fruits. Except for Blackbeard, but I explained that already. So what's actually going on here is that Sabo just took Ace's flame fruit, and he's basically causing a commotion in the Colosseum. That's in the anime, but in the game, I guess they're trying to put together a level where I can start fighting people using Ace's power. Actually, Sabo with Ace's power is actually pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's the pole he's carrying or the pipe, but he is actually pretty good. I mean, he can do the same combos around the same combos as Ace. But I mean, I don't know. I think the combination of his haki, and because I don't know if Ace actually learned haki. I mean, I assume so, but since he died, I can't really say if he did or not. So yeah, I'll just leave it as he didn't know haki. So a little bit of backstory about this devil fruit, or Logia devil fruits in general. Logia devil fruits, I explained it before, they're fruits that turn you into some sort of element of nature, which this one is fire. While you're a Logia fruit eater, you are able to become that element. You can produce that element, and your body, you can choose when your body is made of that element. So if you wanted to like burn something with your hand, you can do it because you can choose to when to activate your powers. So I think around this arc, when Sabo had Ace's power, one of the things that I suspected is that he would get this devil fruit, because when I first saw him and when he first introduced himself to Luffy saying he's back, I kind of knew that he was gonna win because Luffy was gonna leave and then he couldn't get the devil fruit, so somebody had to take it and eat it, and Sabo was the only one responsible enough to get it. And I wanted to know how he's going to be using this devil fruit throughout the anime, and how is he going to incorporate this fire style into his attacks. I mean, the game only shows so much, and I'm assuming when they make Pirate Warriors 5 that Sabo would have different combos that wouldn't relate more to Ace, because the Fire Fist basically is Ace's thing. Some of these things, like I think it's called the Crawling Fire, where he makes a big, huge area of fire, then you can control it with the joystick, or you can make his Fire Fist. That's all of Ace's stuff. St. Elmo's fire, when you like do the cross and you push the fire towards people, that's Ace's. That's all of his techniques. But I guess when Pirate Warriors 5 comes out, Sabo will have more combos, in my opinion. So yeah. And another thing about Sabo, Luffy had thought Sabo was dead for a number of years because Luffy didn't know he was alive. I guess he was worried about him, and then he had heard he died. A little bit of Sabo's past is that he was basically someone who's really rich, and he wanted to hang out with Luffy and Ace more, but his parents wouldn't let him, and he was tired of his parents' rule over him, so he faked his death. He didn't really fake his death. What I remember is that his it had said he died, but he was taken under Monkey D. Dragon's wing, which is Luffy's father, and he became chief of staff of his revolutionary army. And I think he used that to like get away so he can pursue his dreams, I guess. But Luffy had thought he was dead. And if you can convince everyone in the world that you're dead to pursue your own dreams, then I think that's really good, because that means you can do whatever. In this anime, you can basically do whatever you want if you just go out to sea. But it's just all about survival. So, I guess, I don't know what Sabo's mission was on this. I think Sabo went off on his own accord to get the Flare fruit, because when Sabo oh, that's right, okay. Sabo had lost his memories. So he was in the accident, he lost his memories, Dragon took him under his wing, he trained under Dragon, became chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army, second in command to Dragon, and then when he found out Ace had died, he went to go get the Flare fruit and find it, and when he found out that Doflamingo was hosting some sort of tournament to get it, then he went to that, he came to Dressrosa to get the Flare fruit and to take on Ace's legacy. I mean, who else would get it if Luffy wasn't going to be there to get it? It would either be Rebecca, Diamante, which I don't know what he would want with it. I mean, he already has a double fruit power. Come to think of it, every finalist in block, I think it's block D, or the final block, or the finals, so Diamante had a double fruit power, Bartolomeo had a double fruit power, and there's only 3 people in that area who didn't have a double fruit power. So what if Diamante had 1? Do they just keep the fruit? Or what would Bartolomeo want with the fruit? Or, I mean, okay, if Rebecca won, then I would assume she would do something good with it. But Sabo won, and he was able to carry on Ace's legacy. Now, explaining more into the game, I think I'm fighting Diamante. Am I? Yeah. So, for Diamante, I don't know. He has the power to make anything. So I looked into it. He has the power to give things flag-like properties. It can still retain its shape and its durability, but it's wavy like a flag. So he can slip his sword into like a crack and stab you, but his sword would be like, it'll be bendable like a flag, but it'll still be hard like a sword, which part of me doesn't really get. So, but that's how you would explain that type of power. There's multiple people. Since these people won't appear in the game, I'll just go ahead and let you know. Instead of the four leaders, or the 4 lieutenants that I named before, Virgo, the master of hockey with the bamboo stick, Diamante, the person who can turn things into a flag, Pika, the stone assimilation human, which you will see later, and Corazon, Doflamingo's brother, and I forgot the last one. Treble's the guy who can turn anything, or not turn anything, but he can produce mucus. So they have different subordinates. Like they have this one martial artist. They have really like big name pirates under their belt, and the people participating in this tournament are big name people. Like there are people who are like leaders of other pirates who are participating in this group, all competing to get some fruit that I don't know what they would do with it, because I would assume most of them have double fruit powers. So why would you want a fruit that gives you a double fruit power? The only reason why I would think Burgess is in this tournament is to win the double fruit to give it to Blackbeard, because Blackbeard can have more than one double fruit because his body is made up of a void, so he can be able to handle more than one double fruit at a time. And it actually took me a while on this game to figure out that when you use that big fire move, it's like, you'll see it, but it's like, I make a huge pit of fire, and it like moves around in like in a direction. I found out if I move the joystick, I can control where the crawling fire goes. I didn't know that. So yeah, the guy I'm fighting now, somehow, not somehow, but he wanted to win that fruit so he can give it to Blackbeard, so Blackbeard can have Ace's power. I think that would either make Luffy upset, or he just wanted it just for the power, or he would think that would be a good power to have. Even though he's already a Logia fruit user with the power to control darkness, and he already has he already has 2 double fruits, one of which being the power to make earthquakes, which is Whitebeard's power. So yeah. I also like how in this game you can destroy buildings. You can actually earn a trophy for that too. And that move I just did, where I grab someone and I just like, I guess I crack their skull. I'm trying to master how I do that, because I think it's square, 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 triangle, or square, 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 triangle, square. But if I can do that with a boss who's, I don't know if I'm able to even do that with a boss whose shields are down, but if I can, that'll be a really good thing to do. But I think I have to do it with someone who's like level, like on my height, because I can't imagine doing it to someone like Diamante or Pika. It means I would have to like go up to their head and just like crush their head, even though their head is like bigger than my hand. Like, Diamante's tall, Trouble's big, Virgo's tall. Like, these people are huge. I think that skull crushing dragon move only works with people whose heads are like small. Also in One Piece, in the game, I like how they kept the capturing of territories in the game, because it's fun to do, and but I think this is different from last time, where some territories you can't capture because they're too powerful. But I would assume why they're too powerful, like if I was going to like the palace, and that's Doflamingo's headquarters, I would assume that it would be tough to get into, because, you know, that's Doflamingo's headquarters. It's probably heavily guarded. I don't know. Something like that. Dang, where am I going? Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to look at my map, because when I'm playing, it's basically I'm walking around trying to find some action. Then I look at my map, then I see like a big area of like all these red dots. So I just need to go over there and just like start beating people up, because if that's where all the enemies are, that's probably where I need to go. I actually like how Sabo changed together combos, even though he's not as fast. Yeah, you see that move right there. I'm pushing the joystick towards the wall, so the fire goes towards the wall. Anyway, Sabo's not as fast as anyone else I've played with, but I do like his combos. Okay, I completed something. I don't know. But further on into the story, after Usopp frees everyone from Sugar's control, then they basically worship him as like a god, and his new moniker is called God Usopp, because he freed everyone who was trapped for years. So when Sugar's power wears off, everyone who forgot about you will remember you, because remember, if Sugar turns you into a toy, everyone you know forgets about you, like you're erased from history. But when you're turned back into a human, everyone's memories start coming back to you, and everyone starts remembering you, and everyone is like saying, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Like, they it's not like their memories are like, oh, this person's back, but it's kind of like they remember that they forgot. Oh shoot, I'm gonna get into Fujitora later after this conversation, but it's basically they remember that they forgot. So it's like, oh, you've been dead, you've been gone for like 6 years and I didn't remember. But now, at this moment, right now, I remember. So they remember that they forgot. It's not like no time has went by. Now, let me go into the case of Fujitora. the guy I'm fighting right now. So Fujitora's blind, but he can control gravity. And what I mean is that he can summon a big meteor from a sky and bring it down to Earth because that's gravity. He can float on things because he can make things defy gravity. And you can see that in some of his attacks that he can do. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but when he pulls his sword out of his sheath, I guess that allows him to control the gravity in the area. I don't know. His power is actually pretty cool when you really get to know him, but I haven't actually played as him. He is an unlockable character, and I think I have him, or I may not. I don't know, but I feel like he'll be too slow for me. There was one instance where he sent like 10 guys to like the center of the earth because he found out they were cheating, because Fujitora can't really see and it's easy to fool him with vision, but like he can hear very exceptionally, and he basically has all the powers, not powers, but all the senses, the heightened senses that blind people have. You know, when someone loses loses one sense, all the other senses heighten? That's kind of like, what sense would you give up to make sure all your other senses were heightened? And if you can see it, he actually started to make rocks float. So I think, yeah, when he shoots that purple beam into the sky, whatever is above him is instantly like dragged down. Or he can also make things fly up from the ground because of anti-gravity. And I think one of the good things about this game that I couldn't do the previous game of Pirate Warriors 3 is jump. So that gives me a good chance to do aerial combos too. Yeah, when his shields run out and he's that low, it's just, yeah, you're basically done for. Because if I get you in a combo, it's over. Like just give up. Oh, that's interesting. That move that he just did, he's able to drag me towards the center of that circle due to the gravity of the center of that circle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all I need to get you in the air combo. Oh no, okay. Just one good air combo. Or ground combo, whatever. Oh shoot. I mean, I know I won't die. I hope. There we go. There we go. Hit him. Hit him. There we go. So yeah, Fujitora is the new admiral, by the way. He took Aokiji's position. So he took Aokiji's position, and if you think about it, when Akainu became, when Akainu became Fleet Admiral, Akainu's position was surrendered. So there's another person who's an admiral. So it's Kizaru, Fujitora, and this new admiral. So right now they're like, oh, okay, I think we beat Doflamingo. I think we beat Doflamingo. Now this next thing that they're about to say is really important, and I might have to stop it to explain what's happening. But I'm going to see if they're going to actually mention it, because I think this is the time where he introduces something called the birdcage. Which, if they are following the anime, then the birdcage is actually very, very, very important. Yeah, he is using the bird cage. Okay, so a brief explanation about the bird cage. It's basically a giant cage that's built by one of. I'm gonna stop it here. It's built by one of Doflamingo's strings. It's basically strings that shoot in the sky, and it makes a dome around the island of Dressrosa. And those strings close in, slicing everything in its path. So basically, he's going to destroy the island. Because, he's found out his whole operation's ruined. So, yeah, he's planning on destroying the island and everyone on it so he won't get in trouble, I guess. I guess he's just covering up what he's doing by using the bird cage. And they have to stop it, or they have to kill him before it closes. So, yeah, that's basically a little short synopsis of what the bird cage actually is. And I guess the bird cage can't be broken physically, and it can encompass the entire island and other things. But I'll get into that later. But they have to stop the bird cage. But it's you can push the bird cage back to stall for time. And I think this is around the end of the video, I'm assuming. So if you like this video, please make sure you subscribe. I'll try to go ahead and put out another video, and because this is the extra video that I said I was gonna do if my other video got over 10 views. Even though it did, I didn't expect my other video to get that many views. So thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't know people were actually watching this. I just upload. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you watching my next video. Not see you watching, but yeah. I don't know who he was fighting. I guess he was fighting Kiros, but this scene is like he's trying to stick her up, and he's saying basically,
"Stop talking.
Oh, I was the one who killed your mother.
Kill her.
I shot her.
Look, she's
I
right
shot
there.
her with a
Just
gun, a
Just
pistol.
swing your sword.
And yeah, I killed her.
Just stop talking and do
And
it.
this is the exact same gun I killed her with.
Okay, we
So
know,
he keeps
we know.
mentioning his
Swing your
gun,
sword and kill her.
and if a person talks this
Okay,
long,
we
you know someone's
you
gonna
killed
come
her.
in and try to
Now,
stop
we
him.
know you killed her mother. Now
So,
just kill her.
Just
and
be
done with it.
prepared. Just be